There was one glitch a long time ago that certainly was not intended. It involved shooting the white pellets. It was based on how strong the tank's bullets were, and since the hybrid bullet is incredibly strong, it would correlate over to the pellet once you hit it with your bullet. Hybrid was basically a Necromancer, except you could not control these pellets. One hit from any bullet and it would become yours. And since these pellets have virtually no hit points, your own bullet would not take any damage. You could have also destroyed other enemy pellets, assuming they did not also use a destroyer bullet to resurrect them. These were essentially floating balls of death whenever you hit them with a destroyer bullet. If you used, say, a triplet bullet, it would not be as powerful. If yours hit a pellet that was not hit, it would eventually become yours. So essentially, you're taking over the whole map with giant balls of death. The craziest part was that you can even push them by yourself. So if you have enough speed on your tank, you could essentially just have it shoot anywhere you want. And if there were too many of them floating around, you simply could not avoid any of them. You would just simply watch a bunch of kills stacking up, and you wouldn't have to do anything other than hit these pellets over and over and over. This definitely broke the game. Just having many floating balls, insta-killing everyone, no matter what. And really the only way you could get rid of them is either shoot them, which is not a good idea, or you get killed, which is what happened. And let me tell you, getting such a high score was obviously going to be easy, because this glitch was not supposed to happen. Now this glitch was a few years ago, so most players never would have experienced this. The only reason I am mentioning this now is because a new tank called Infestor was recently added. Having it branch off Underseer obviously means that it's a drone-based tank, so what I'm going to describe is not exactly the same as the old glitch, but it is very similar. So instead of controlling squares, you control pellets, circular bullets, the pellets of old, and you spawn 4 at a time, and you could simply spawn a lot of them, a lot more than Necromancer drones. They were a lot smaller and arguably harder, or easier, depending on perspective, to kill these drones. At the same time, however, you could also consider it a lot more difficult to kill other players with them. Now of course, since these are pellets, you could use these controlled pellets to resurrect other pellets. Except this time, it is not a glitch. This is reality. Also keep in mind they are not insta-killing machines, because you cannot have something too broken, am I right? Of course they act exactly the same as Necromancer drones. They are just a lot smaller, and you can compact them in a much smaller area. So whether or not you think this is a good or bad tank, that is up to you. I will also say that it's a unique tank in the sense that you have to adapt accordingly to these drones, as well as being able to use your surroundings to basically trap other players with no means of escape. You can also trick other players into thinking they are normal bullets, because as of right now, I do not think players expect floating egg pellets to be drones. They expect them to be bullets. But keep in mind, they are not giant floating destroyer bullets that can one-hit you. They are not floating balls of death like you may or may not want them to be. Or maybe they are, but not insta-kill. So if you ever wanted to experience this glitch for yourself, it is sadly long gone. So unless there is some strange new travelling game mode that exists in the future, I do not think this will come back anytime soon. However, you can use the Infestor tank, but that will be as close as you'll get to what I experienced.